But this one is 1 right here. If you can get it up there, that would be great. I cannot get it up there for some reason. What number occurs in both lists? So we have 1, 2. We do not have 3. We have 4, and we have 8. What is the greatest number of snack packs a volunteer can make? So it is going to be 8, because that's our largest number right there. What is the greatest common factor of 24 and 16? And that is also 8, because that's the largest number. That's the same. So the greatest common factor is the greatest number of snack pack into which Taylor and Jake can divide the snacks. The greatest common factor is 8. And that's what we saw right here. 8 is the highest number. 8 is the highest number. You can use the greatest common factor to write the total number of granola bars and bottles of water, 24 plus 16, as a sum of products. Complete the expression to show the number of granola bars plus the number of water bottles. Okay, so what they want you to do on this first one, they want to know the number of granola bars. We had 8, and to get 8 on that one, all the way back up here, we had 8 times 3. And here we had 8 times 2. So we have 3 and 2. Oops, sorry. So these parentheses are just another way to show multiplication. So 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 2 is 16. You can use the distributive property to write the total number of snack items. As the product of the GCF and another sum. Complete the equation by determining the missing values. So we have 8 times 3 plus 8 times 2. So if I put my 3 and my 2 together, it's 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. And that's how they wanted you to fill that out. And I know that part's a little complicated, and we'll go over it a couple more times. Okay, which is greater, 5/6 or 7/10? So complete the list of multiples for the denominators. So we need to look at 6 and 10 of what's going to be a good common denominator. So we have 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. Down here we have 10, 20, 30, 40. And I know to count by those because if you look at the denominators, the denominator right here is 6, so 6, 12, 18, 24. Down here is 10, so 10, 20, 30, 40. What is the least common multiple of the numbers listed? So if we look, we have 30 here and 30 here. So the least common multiple, or LCM, is 30. So we're going to rewrite the fractions using the LCM. So we need to get 30 on bottom. So 6 to turn into 30 is 6 times 5. So we're going to do 5 times 5 is 25. To make 10 into 30, we're going to multiply by 3. So 7 times 3 is 21. Use the new fractions to write an inequality to compare the original fraction. So 25 over 30 is greater than 21 over 3 because 25 is greater than 31. So 5/6 is greater than 7/10. Which is greater, negative 13/14 or, sorry, negative 13/24 or negative 7/18. Complete the list of multiples for the denominators from least to greatest. So our denominator of the first one is 24, so we're going to do 24s. 24, 48, 72, 96. Down here, we're going to go 18, 36, 54, and The last one is 72. If you can't count by those in your head, then you're going to need to come off to your side and do some work. So I took 24 times 1 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48. 24 times 3 is 72. 24 times 4 is 96. And same thing down here. You do 18 times 2 is 36. 18 times 3 is 54. And 18 times 4 is 72. So what is the least common multiple? The one that matches is 72. We're going to rewrite the fractions using the LCMs. So to make 24 into 72, we're going to multiply by 1, 2, 3. So 13 times 3 is 39. So we get over 172. And get 18 to be 72, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're multiplying by 4. 7 times 4 is 28, so it's right there. Negative 39 is farther to the left-hand side. So it is less than. Compare the original fractions. We have negative 13 over 24 is less than. How could you compare the numbers using the 1/2, negative 1/2 as a benchmark? So half of 18 is 9, so 7 is less than 9. So it actually is less than because it's farther. Sorry, it's greater than because it's farther closer to 0. Negative 13 over 24. Half of 24 is 12. So this one's less than. So if we look at this last one, it's asking which one is greater, and we said this is greater than, so there's our answer. Okay, and we're finally done with that one. That was a really long one. So if you needed to go back at any point and look it over, make sure you're checking it out. You can always be showing your work along the side of the paper.